Yeah, hi there. These comments, and I'm going to use the last 4 digits of your student number. Let me take a look at that. I'm looking online right now. Okay, 3816. And you completed, it looks like, my pronunciation post-test for my TOEFL listening and speaking class, and you're one of my students at California State University. And you're also one of my online students at my course called the 7-Step System to Pass the TOEFL IBT. And I want to download your speaking file right now. So let's do that. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's downloading as we speak. And you're reading, it looks like 3 paragraphs, you're answering 3 questions, and from that, that's going to give me a pretty good idea of your pronunciation and your speaking abilities of American English. So good luck. Let's see how you do. Download is almost complete. Okay, here we go.
When two people are talking to each other, they tend to sound a specific distance apart. Each person has an invisible boundary around his or her body, into which other people may not come. If someone...
Now, in that, there's a little bit of sentence rhythm issues going on there, into which other people may not come, so put more stress on the main verb, not on the may verb there, so may not come.
Pierces this boundary, she or he will feel uncomfortable and move away to increase the distance.
Good job on your blending. Move away, move away. You didn't look at that as 2 separate words.
Between them. The major exception is family members and other loved ones. This personal distance is not due to body odor or bad breath, but because closeness lends a sense of intimacy.
Good job
that is a pulse with a relationship to the other individual.
Not bad.
Interestingly, the average personal distance varies from culture to culture. American
and pretty good. I know you have some trouble with your R and your L consonant sounds, but you actually are handling that. You're doing a pretty good job pronouncing the words that have L's and R's in them.
Tend to require more personal space than in other cultures. Therefore, if you try to get too close to an American during a conversation, he or she will feel that you are in his face and will try to back away.
A little bit of trouble with the word will, so it's kind of rounding in the lips. Will try to back away. And you're actually doing a pretty good job on your tone also. You're trying, your tone's not perfect, but you're definitely trying to vary your tone, and that's a good start.
Try to be aware of this. So, if the person to whom you are speaking backs away a little, don't try to close the gap. Also, try to avoid physical contact while you are speaking, since this may also lead to discomfort.
I would say there, discomfort. You're putting the stress more on the final syllable in the word, but I would say discomfort.
Touching is a bit too intimate for casual acquaintances, so don't put your arm around his or her shoulder. Don't touch his or her face or hold his or her hand. Excuse me. Shaking hands when you initially meet or part is acceptable, but this is only momentary.
And I think there's that sound, the intimate, or kid, or mit versus meat. So you're having some trouble with those 2 vowel sounds. The longer versus the shorter, you're better with the E, but the I sound, that's the one that's a little bit hard for you. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a minute when we get done. Okay, now we get into your conversations.
My best friend is a boy whose name is Tiger. He lives in Japan now. We have been friends with each other since we were junior high school students.
Good use of the present perfect tense there. It's good grammar.
I belonged to a baseball club when I was a junior high school student, but I was not so good player, and I was always suffering.
Now, I think I was not so good a player. I don't know if we would say it that way. You might say I was not that good of a player, or I was not a talented baseball player, you may say. So you're having some trouble sometimes finding the right word to say to express your ideas.
From hard practice and lack of my baseball skills. Then he can...
I think you want to say the lack of my baseball skills, not luck of my baseball skills.
To me, and he practiced with me for many hours, or even for many days. After that, I could improve my baseball skills.
Okay, you're getting there. So when you're speaking naturally, you are having some pauses, some unnecessary or awkward pauses and hesitations in there, which is not quite natural. So you want to try to work on speaking a little more fluently. You try to group certain ideas into thought groups, then you have a short pause, maybe a rising inflection, then you have another thought group. When you get to the final thought group of your ideas, that's when your tone needs to drop a little bit.
It was a great help. And besides, we were studying together. We were always studying together when we study. We made efforts. We worked so hard, and
now you said we made efforts. We worked so hard. So you're using a little bit sometimes. When you're speaking, your grammar is a little bit too simple. You're using kind of short, simple sentences with subjects and verbs when you can probably combine some of those ideas to create either compound or complex sentences.
We took the same exam at the same high school and the same exam of the same university. Then we went to the same high school and same university, and there we could.
So a little bit repetitive there. You're kind of repeating the same high school, the same university, same exam. You're a little bit repetitive in this part of your speaking.
Also improve our knowledge or our studying each other. Therefore, my best friend is him. My best friend is Tiger. Number two.
Sounds like a good guy, good friend.
I think I will be working as a teacher at the junior high school. I am teaching junior high school students.
Okay, so I have a pretty good idea based on your response to the first question. I can give you some pretty good feedback here. So overall, with your spontaneous, natural conversational English, you're having a lot of pauses and hesitations in there. So I do have some specific suggestions. There are some lessons I think you can focus on. So let's go over to the course. You might want to go to the online course with me. You may want to pause the video right now. Go to my online course. Go to the pronunciation section. Okay, did you find it? Okay, first of all, I think you need to take a look at lesson number 11, the beat versus bit. Those two vowel sounds you're having trouble, I think, differentiating or distinguishing between those two sounds. Now, in the second part of the pronunciation part of my course, based on the fact that you're pausing so much and you're having so many hesitations, I'd like to have you take a look at my lessons on either intonation and also thought groups and blending. So that's lesson number 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Those lessons will help you a little bit with your tone. And then lessons 41 through 44, they will help you more with your thought groups and blending. And in addition to that, spend time watching TV. Pay particular attention to either news programs, history programs, documentary programs, maybe science programs, and that's going to give you, I think, a lot of good English exposure to fairly complicated vocabulary, so you can definitely improve your academic English proficiency by doing that. And of course, find opportunities as much as you can to speak English with native speakers, and that will help you to speak more fluently. You'll be able to speak faster with fewer pauses, fewer hesitations. Okay, your score right now, based on your performance, if I look at my intelligibility rubrics, I can give you a pretty good idea what you are right now. I'm going to put you at about 3.7 out of 7. You did very well, I think, on the reading of the 3 paragraphs, but once you got into the speaking aspects of it, that's when you started to really have some trouble. So I'm going to put you at 3.7 out of 7 based on your performance. And in our class, this is going to put you at about 86% on the final exam. That's the grade that I'm going to give you now. All right, anyway, thank you for completing the pronunciation final exam, and keep up the good work.